Hi everyone, my name's Pan. Welcome to another edition of Bluebird Corner, the Cardiff City Fans podcast. If you're a new subscriber in the month of September, you'll be in a great prize draw to win 2 free travel tickets for an away day in October, November or December following the City on a coach. You choose the game and we'll pay your travel. So as I said, if you're a new subscriber in this month, you'll be in that draw, which will take place the 1st or 2nd of October. So today we'll look forward to Cardiff City's game on Saturday at Stockport County. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. I think it's one of the first games this season that's not live on Sky Sports. So City have been given over 1,000 tickets for this one, all sold out very quickly, expecting a crowd of 10,000 at Edgeley Park. So it should be a really good game. So what we tend to do is we'll look back at the history of the two clubs playing against each other, look at some past players who played for both teams, and then we'll actually look at the teams expected to play with formations, and we'll also bring up the predictions at the end. So City have played Stockport County on 14 occasions, only losing twice. The last time you played them was in 2003, and City haven't lost at Stockport County since '94. When we lost 4-1. And I mentioned in a previous podcast that I was at that away day and, City took over 1,200 fans that day and there was all trouble in the away end. A couple of City fans got arrested during the game. Police, dog Alsatians everywhere. And there was 3 red cards in the game. So, yeah, that was a game not to remember, really. And, in terms of City's biggest win, actually it was in 1920 and it was our first game against Stockport County and we actually won 5-2 away. As for ex-players who played for both sides, well, I don't think any of you watching will remember, but Roy Clark was from the 1940s. More recently, Adam Lafrondre. Damon Searle actually left Cardiff City to go to Stockport County in 1996. Anthony Pilkington, more recently, was the winger. Jeff Eckard, some of our older fans would remember Jeff. And from a manager point of view, Dave Jones actually was manager of Stockport and Cardiff City. And more recently, Will Fish actually was on loan at Stockport from Manchester United before finally signing for City. So we'll have a look at the two likely sides for this game. Great to see Cardiff City have 2 lads go on Welsh international duty. Well done at Joe Colwell and especially Dylan Lawler, who was man of the match against the Kazakhs. So the City team will likely be Trott in goals. Even though NG's fit, we'll likely see Capaccio right back, Bagan left back, with Fish and Lawler in defence. Wintle will be number 6, and then it'll be Ashford, the Colwell brothers and Willock, and probably Salic up front, although he could well go for Robinson because, Stockport are an old school type of team. They've got some real experience in their defence. He may well be suited to go in with Robinson, but I'm going to go with Salic in this one. Now, Stockport have had a really busy transfer window. They're managed by Dave Challoner. I said in pre-season, I think Dave Challoner is the best manager in League One or League Two. That was before BBM came to City, of course. But, he is a fantastic manager at that level. And they spent some money as well. They bought in Mothersville from Peterborough for nearly £1 million, the winger. And they also brought in Alua from Doncaster, the centre-back. And they've also brought in a couple of other internationals, including Anderson, who was on duty with Iceland recently, the young striker. So, in terms of their team, well, Day will be in goal with a back 3 of probably Connolly, Hills and Pye. Then he plays 4 normally in midfield. They could well be Norwood, who's got a hell of experience. The former Northern Ireland internationals made over 50 appearances of them, now 34. Osborne, Moxon and Favria. And then I think because Mothersville has actually been on international duty with Jamaica and he's been in their squad for their 2 games over the week in the Caribbean, he's likely to fly back on Friday So I would expect him to be on the bench, which is good news for City. I think it'll be too much for him to start, but I think he'll be on the bench. And they'll probably go with Diamond and Lowe. Now, Lowe is a loanee from Stoke City, and he actually was on loan at Walsall last season. Scored 15 goals in 22 games, believe it or not. The 19-year-old is really highly rated, and he's only played a few games for Stockport, already got a goal. So he's one to watch. And I think, as I said, if Mothersville actually does play, he's probably their star player, the Jamaican international. And as regards to up front, well, they go with Wootton, the 6'3" centre forward. He normally gets goal in 3 games for Stockport. And I think Fish will be the man really to, mark him. He's a big lump, and I think, Dinalola, it's going to be a big thing for him to mark someone of that experience. But, obviously this is all part of his learning. So yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see who marks Wootton up front. And as I said, Icelandic international Anderson, he signed for £500,000, and he's been on international duty, and he should be back for the weekend game. Now, I've mentioned Dave Challoner. As I said, I really think he is an incredible manager. His teams have been in playoffs for the last 15, 16 seasons that he's managed. He's done incredibly well with little resources at the teams he's been. And I had Stockport down as my favourites pre-season to win the league. And I think it's going to be a real hard game. Now, they did actually lose their last game to Plymouth 4-2. And although they lost to Bradford early part of the season 2-1, their last home defeat was against Mansfield in January. So they're very tough to beat at Edgeley Park. So it is going to be a really interesting game, this one. As I said, Stockport are a hard-working team, very well organised by Challoner. They have got some really good players in their side. And this is a massive test for the young City team. And I'm hoping that we can get a win. I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 win. My head says 1-1, but my heart says 2-1. So I'm really optimistic with his side. Obviously, Robertson is back in the squad as well, recovered fully from his injury. You've got Chambers on the bench as well, Robbie Ng. So there's a lot of experience, and possibly Robinson on the bench if Salic plays. So there's a real depth in our squad. And I think it's one of our, as I said, compared to other teams, you'll see that the other benches aren't nearly as strong. So really optimistic. It'd be great to hear what you think on this one. Do you think that City can win this game? Are you happy leaving the Colwell brothers in the midfield? Would you like to have Robertson back? In terms of Isaac Davis, do you think he should start, or would you go for Salic as number 9 or Robinson as the front man? It'd be great to hear your comments, and thanks for all your likes and support so far. We've had nearly 50,000 views already in just nearly 2 to 3 months, so it's been really good. And we'll look forward to doing a post-match review on Sunday. And have a good weekend, and let's hope City win. Take care.